Regina Christine Creighton, the creator of the 7-Day $7 Walk Like Gina Challenge. And I've created a series of videos here for you to watch on YouTube, for you to find out all about how the Walk Like Gina Challenge started, why it started, and how you can get started. So watch the videos and then tell me what you think. Hi, and thank you so much for joining me. I'm Regina Christine Creighton, the creator of the 7-Day $7 Walk Like Gina Challenge. And I just finished my amazing walk today. And I just, found this bench and I said, I've got to sit here and I've got to talk to you. Now, what are we going to talk about? You know what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the Walk Like Gina Challenge. I want to tell you how it came into fruition. I was in Paris. What an amazing, blessed trip that was. That almost didn't happen. And I was there for 10 days. I went to support a friend. She became an international speaker. You might know her. I'm sure you know her. Her name is Shidell Watkins, better known as Shidell Speaks. On that trip, I was able to spend a lot of time by myself. I actually got there before Shidell and her group, and I left after them. So in between, I had a lot of time to discover. A lot of time to discover a new city, a new country, a place that I had never gone before. And going on that trip was such an eye-opener. Number one, when it came time to actually leave to go on the trip, I really didn't have enough money. And I almost didn't go on the trip. And I said, you know what? You bought this ticket months ago. You had the money to buy the ticket. You got it at an amazing rate, but you shouldn't go on this trip. You shouldn't do something when you don't have enough money to do it. And I prayed about it and I thought about it and I was like, Lord, if you allowed me to, first of all, go on this trip at the spur of the moment. Now, spur of the moment is just like maybe 4 months before. That's spur of the moment to me. You gave me the money to buy the ticket. You gave me the opportunity to support an amazing person. Then you know what? I'm not going to blow this opportunity. I'm not going to give away this chance to do something that I've never done before. I had never, ever been to Europe. I had never been on an extended vacation alone, usually with my family, with my son, or with my daughters and my grandchildren and friends maybe. But this time there was something different. Even the day of the trip, I left on a Friday, even the day of my Paris departure, obstacles hit me. Obstacles hit me. When I arrived at the airport at LAX, I had to check my luggage. Now, if anyone knows me, really knows me, I don't do check luggage. I take one bag and a purse. I carry on, get on the plane, get off the plane, and get to where I gotta go. Well, I got to LAX, I had a backpack and my carry-on luggage, right? And I say carry-on because the carry-on is small. So I get there and I had to weigh the luggage. I'm like, why do I need to weigh the luggage? I'm hopping on a plane with this. Well, international flight, you have to weigh the luggage. They can only have so much on board and everything else has to go under. So anyway, long story short, I weigh the luggage. It's about 13 kilos over. That's including the backpack, which would have been my personal item. And I had to pay. I had to pay $100 US to take both these bags. Now, there's not enough time for me to go back home and leave one and rearrange some things. There's just not enough time for that. It's about 3 hours before the flight leaves, and I had to give up money that I really didn't have. Mind you, I just told you when it came closer to me going on the trip, I just didn't have enough money to go on the trip. I had some money, but I didn't have the amount of money that I would have loved to have to make my trip really beautiful and really special. So I had to pay this $100 at the counter, at the ticket counter, and it just broke my heart. I mean, have you ever had to do something and you didn't have a choice but to do it, but it breaks your heart. It just breaks you down. It takes so much out of you, but you didn't have an option. You had to get it done. So I paid this money, and my daughter, the youngest one, and the oldest one, so sweet. The oldest one had cash box me. What do you call it? Cash box. What do you call it? Cash app. She had cash app me $50 before I left the house and said, Mom, here's some money for your trip. The youngest one has said, Mom, here's my credit card. If you have to use it, then feel free to use it while you're away in Paris. So I'm at the counter and I hand them my daughter's credit card. And he says, I'm sorry, we don't accept Discover card. And I'm like, what? What do you mean you don't accept Discover? What do you mean? Well, I couldn't use that card, so I had to use my debit card where I had money. But I was heartbroken because I knew how much money I had. Do you understand? I knew how much money I had for a 10-day trip. So anyway, I'm so upset. I'm so frustrated. I take to social media, as many of us always do. I go to social media. I explain what happened, how upset I am, how I'm barely making this trip because I don't have a whole lot of money to take with me. And I was counting on that $100. I was counting on it. I was counting on that $100 to help me have, what I needed when I got to Paris. Some amazing people that I interact with on Facebook. Now, mind you, I didn't ask for this. I did not intend on this to happen. That was not my reason for going to social media. Social media was my outlet. A lot of times we post things on social media just because it's an outlet. We need to get it out. We need somebody to hear us. So I went to social media just to say, you guys, can you believe this happened? Whatever, right? Some people would never do that because they'd be embarrassed to say that they didn't have a whole lot of money to do something. But I'm not embarrassed to say that. Does it feel good saying that? No, it doesn't feel good. Did it feel good? No, it didn't feel good. But it was the truth. It was my reality. And I needed to get it out. And somebody else needed to hear that because someone else may have been in the same predicament. Someone else may have been getting ready to go on vacation or had been on vacation and didn't have all the money that they desired to have at that particular time. Well, God is so amazing. When I took to social media, and I cannot mention their names because they asked to remain anonymous, before I even boarded the flight, people sent me money on that what I just called it, Cash App. Yeah, Cash App. And this is not a sponsored video for Cash App or anything like that. But I'm telling you, when things look like they're hindering you, when obstacles come towards you, and you think you're not going to make it, you think it's going to be a problem, you could think it's going to be an issue, God has a way of sending someone to you right at that particular moment to help you out in your situation. I think 3 people at that particular time sent me money on Cash App that didn't have to do so. One of them has never seen me in person, never been able to hug me or shake my hand in person or look at me eye to eye in person ever in their life. Only on social media they've interacted with me. And I was so grateful and so overwhelmed that these people thought enough of me in my current situation. Because that's not always going to be my situation. That was my current situation at that time. And blessed me with money before I even got on my flight. So I'm here to tell you, it doesn't matter what obstacles come your way. It doesn't matter how it looks in the natural. God is able to provide for you. You let nothing stop you. When God has given you the okay to do it, you do it and you make it happen, and you make it happen to the best of your ability. Don't worry about the hows. Don't worry about the wins. Just do it and trust and believe, God, this is my situation. You're going to take care of it. It may not be financial. It may be with favor. It may be with a phone call. anything. God can change your situation around in just a moment. All it takes is for you to believe, for you to have a relationship with Him, and to trust Him. I'm Regina Christine Creighton. Trust God with all your heart.